All right. All right. We're gonna do the world speed record on water was set on October 8th, 1978 by Ken Warby of Blowering Dam, Australia. If Ken drove his motorboat a distance of 1,000 meters, 1,000 meters, now remember 1,600 meters is a mile, in 7.045 seconds, how fast was the boat moving? Let's see some music first. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, can you repeat the distance?
1,000 meters. It's right on your paper. We're doing exercise 2.
Oh, okay.
Brad is doing it, yeah! Right! All right, sorry. Just leave it on? Highway to Hell. That's an abbreviation for health, though, by the way, right? Exactly. Okay, enough craziness, I know. You really get into it, huh? Do it! Yeah! I like it. He's really getting into it over there, yeah?
Are we filming?
Yes, we're filming, actually. I think we're filming. Are we filming?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, the distance is going to be 1,000 meters. The time is going to be 7.045 seconds. And I want to know the velocity. I want to know it in meters per second. We know that the formula is V equals D over T, correct?
Yeah.
So very simple, plug in. So we get 1,000 meters over 7.045 seconds. What does that equal?
141.94.
What is it?
141.94.
141.
Yeah. 0.94.
141.94. Is that correct? 141.94
Kilometers an hour.
meters per second.
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't it meters per second?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's do two things. Let's do two things. It would be good practice. Let's do two things. Let's convert to kilometers per hour, because that doesn't really do anything. Does it do anything for you? It doesn't do anything for me, meters per second. When I drive to work in the morning, I drive in terms of kilometers per hour, correct?
Yeah.
Back in the States, some of you are from the United States, will drive in miles per hour. So that doesn't do anything for me. But let's remember what that is. Can we just round that to 142 meters per second? Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So let's erase that. Okay, let's erase that. And let's convert it to kilometers per hour. Right? So it's 142 meters per second. How would I convert that to kilometers per hour, or kilometers and then from seconds to hours? Meters to kilometers, seconds to hours. So I want to divide by 1,000 meters. This is what I always do, usually works, rule of thumb. I'm not making an equation. And that is that the larger units you should make 1. Sometimes it works, most of the time it works. And then you ask yourself the question, how many of the smaller are in the larger? Works pretty well. So now, see how the meters cancel? I'm left in kilometers. Now, I want to get rid of seconds and I want to go to hours.
3,600.
3,600 what?
Seconds.
In 1 hour.
Yeah.
Again, the larger one, make a 1, and then ask yourself the question, how many of the smaller units are in the larger unit? And it generally works. Generally works. Okay? 3,600. Now remember I asked you to take out your calculators,
Yes.
right? Yes? So what do we got? 142 times 3,600 divided by 1,000.
511.2.
500 11.2, is that right?
Yeah, I,
Kilometers per hour. Is that a little bit better for you? Yeah? Does that make a little more sense? Yes?
yes.
Yes? What's the speed of sound? The last problem we did, what was the speed of sound? 340 meters per second, right?
Yeah.
So is it the speed of sound though?
Yeah.
It is the speed of sound? The boat went the speed of sound?
No, it's speed of sound in water.
No, we're
No, 300.
first of all, the boat's not under the water.
Yeah.
So the speed of sound under the water is very fast.
Yes.
But the boat's on top of the water. Okay? So what's the speed of sound in the air on top of water? It's 340 meters per second, right? So what is the speed of the boat in meters per second? 142. So it's half the speed of sound. So it's not the speed of sound, is it? It's considerably less than the speed of sound. Half the speed of sound would be what? 170 meters per second, right? This is 142.
Yeah.
So when you say 511 kilometers per hour, that sounds really fast, but it's nowhere near the speed of sound, correct? But if you're driving to school, what does the traffic usually go? You like the crazy people on E10. They're easily doing 160,
Yeah.
160, they're easily doing 100 miles an hour, right? In the fast lane, you got to make sure you're out of the way because they come right up on you. They're crazy, okay? So 160 is really fast. So let's do it in miles per hour, okay? Now, why are we messing with? All right, the problem was to be calculated in meters per second, correct? But we're changing it to kilometers per hour, and
We were at 511 kilometers an hour, right?
right, 511 kilometers per hour, right? Is that what we had?
Yeah. That
Okay, now, but let's convert that now to miles per hour. Now, why are we doing miles per hour and kilometers per hour when we calculate it in meters per second? Why do we care? Well, I'm going to tell you. Motion is relative, and it's relative in a lot of ways. It's essentially what you're used to. So before I came to this country, I lived in Europe a little bit, so I kind of had a good idea for 90 kilometers per hour is about 55-ish, yes? 160 is 100, but I really never went 160 kilometers per hour, so I didn't really know. But many of you understand how fast 160 kilometers per hour is, because you've seen it your entire life, right? So it's relative. It's not only relative to other motion, it's relative to what you're used to as well. So let's do it in terms of miles. So how many, I want to divide by meters. 1 mile, how many meters? This is pretty important actually. For a physics student, you should know this conversion. 1,600. Exactly. Okay. The Burj Khalifa is how many meters?
800.
800, which is
Almost.
a half a mile. Almost a kilometer, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kilometers in 1,000 meters.
Well, all right, almost. All right, 4/5 of a kilometer. But it's a half a mile. The World Trade Center was a quarter of a mile. I mean, I was to the top of the World Trade Center, and that was really high. It's unbelievable to me that the Burj Khalifa is twice that height. Unbelievable. I'm looking forward. We study the Burj Khalifa when we do fluid dynamics. We actually do problems based on the Burj Khalifa. Okay. So, and then multiply it by 3,600 seconds per hour. What do you get? What do you get?
319.5.
Equals 819.
319.5. No, 300.19.5.
819?
319.5.
So 320,
Yeah.
right? 320 miles per hour. So that's fast. That's very fast, okay? Exercise 2, done. We're gonna kind of start skipping around because I think these problems are becoming more and more,
These are pretty, they're logical.
they're becoming simpler to do, yes?
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
Hey.
almost small.
Hey.
No, that didn't work too well.
Oh, hey, Herman's Hermits, 1965, 66.